Gimcrack here with a content warning. While generally we discuss a lot of loaded subjects on this podcast, today's particular episode has warnings for discussions of sexual assault, sexual abuse, abusive relationships, and gratuitous amounts of John Derrick. Just basically all the big content warnings. Listen at your own peril.
You must not avert your eyes. This is what is coming at us. Do not avert your eyes.
You mean we haven't already started?
We just kind of start. I don't know. Patrick edits, so I don't know. I just talk. I don't know what he does, but it works. So I'm okay with it.
No, a lot of material never makes it to air, and no one ever questions me about it, so I'm fine.
Yeah.
That's because nobody remembers what happens when you record.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Exactly.
I just want to say, this time is money, and the
Hey,
lights
Gimcrack.
on. Are we recording? Like,
You-
what are we doing?
Hey. Time is money, and we're all right, guys. The pod coins that I've been dealing with, the cryptocurrency that
Yeah.
we came up with.
Uh-huh.
So I don't want to say his name, the guy that was on a couple episodes ago that was yelling and screaming a lot, like it came out of a jelly. I'm not saying his name because he might come back and I don't want that. He set up a bunch of bots to try to ramp up Podcoin so he could pump and dump. But it actually worked in my favor because then it took off and got really popular. So I've got a shit ton of money and I sold it. I sold all my Podcoin.
Wow, you actually got out?
So
Yeah.
we can pay Bing Crab back?
Well, I mean,
Did you just call him Bing Crab?
I don't know what I said. I can't be held accountable for the noises my tongue makes when it starts moving.
he's just
What
excited.
What is
Yeah.
this?
Sorry.
Well,
Bing
Listen,
Crab.
I just want to state for the record, I'm not okay being called Bean Crab.
Hmm.
Just putting it out there.
okay.
Okay,
Bingy.
got it.
Dude, Patrick, $3 million is what I cashed out at.
$3 million?
$3 million.
Like real money?
You know, yeah.
Like
that's what I sold
actual
Pod-
money?
Fungible
Yeah.
kind, right?
Yeah. So I bought a Gravitron.
You would have what?
You know the Gravitron, the little spinny ride thing at the carnivals?
Yeah.
They had one on sale for 70 grand. So I bought it. Why not?
Okay. The $30 for Gimcrack, though, we can just give that to him now.
Oh,
right?
we'll get that. I mean, I had the 3 million. I
What
I
do you
had
mean
the
had?
3 million.
What do you mean to had?
Well, I bought the Graviton. It was only 70,000. So
okay.
we're okay there. You know,
Okay. I mean, to math bass.
are you an accountant or something? What's going on here?
I mean, I'm typing numbers. I don't know if anything's happening.
it's the Graviton alone is just worth the investment. But after I bought that, I went home and took a little. I went to sleep. And Patrick, do you remember back in
No.
2017
No.
No. Who remembers 2017?
the Podfire Festival? It was a podcast, movie, and music and comedian. Well, it was supposed to be a podcast, movie, music festival, but
hmm This doesn't ring a bell to me.
in 2017,
Yeah.
well, it was okay. It was
Wait, is this the one they made like 2 Netflix specials about?
no.
Oh, that was
Uh,
the other one.
Yeah, we don't really like to talk about what happened at the last one because
Oh, I remember
yeah,
the
yeah,
pain, the suffering.
yeah.
Good times.
Yeah, and you know what was missing from that festival?
Chicks.
Well, yeah.
Wait, Dustin, is this another gaycation post?
Oh
I
my
don't
god,
know.
Gaycation 2?
Electric Boogaloo.
Yes. No, I thought it was not at the original Podfire Festival was carnival rides. So I bought the Gravitron, and then I went and I bought a Wipeout, a Tilt-A-Whirl, Scrambler, some bumper cars, a few other things. So I got a bunch of rides, and I think it'll be fun. It'll be really cool.
Wait,
So-
hold on. No, go ahead.
No. Okay, so you want to relaunch the Podfire Festival, right?
Yes,
Okay, so
Podfire spelled with a Y. Because it's cool.
Podfire spelled
Yes.
with a Y. 'cause it's cool.
PODFY.
Oh, I thought you were going to say PYD. FYRE.
No, that would be like peed pool. And I don't want to pee
So-
in my.
Well, if it's a POD festival, is POD going to be there? Because I don't think they've been cool since ever, but they definitely have been relevant for 20 years.
Well, we haven't finalized the lineup yet. Still working on it, but I do have the carnival rides.
So you bought carnival rides
Mhm.
for a podcast festival,
It's going to
And
be
you-
movies and music and stuff too.
and you managed to spend how much?
I don't know. It was a lot of money.
Okay, well, where is the Podfire going to be?
Well, it's going to be on an island that I bought in
An
Italy.
island
Yeah, in
in
Italy.
Italy.
Uh-huh.
So you bought an island in Italy.
Yes. Yeah, called Paviglia. Pretty cool island. Not too far from the mainland. It's about 17 acres. Great little island.
Okay.
Bought it for it was like 2 million, but it's ours now. So at least it's ours for like a couple of months. But yeah, I think it'll be good.
This isn't a timeshare scheme, is it?
I hope not, but I don't know. But anyway, you can check it out for yourself at podfire.com. It's PODFYRE.com.
Is that a real site?
Yeah, I just bought
Let's
it.
find out.
I am all in on this.
God,
bit.
it's real. It's real. It's actually real. I just looked it up. So wait, you're telling me y'all own an amusement park now?
It's pretty much. Yeah, it's going to be out in Italy. There's a little island out there. It's fine. We're going to hold it relatively soon. We're going to be doing this festival in about a month. It's going to be May 30th to June 2nd. It's going to be all inclusive, really cool festival. Guys, this is going to be so much fun. I even bought a jingle for it. I paid a guy $50,000 to write a little jingle. So
Do you have that jingle?
not yet. He said he's going to send it to me, so I'm assuming that I will get it.
Because this is what airing in April, right? Which makes me think you did like pay taxes on all that money you got, right?
Well, it's in Italy, so I don't know. I don't know how that works with them, but yeah, it's. Yeah.
Man, you ever just see your dream of owning a home through somebody else and just watching them flush that dream down the toilet?
I do like the idea of the Gravitron, though.
Yeah. Are you guys familiar with Italy at all, or? I've never been there. This island seemed like a good deal, so I was like, oh hell yeah, no one else is buying it.
You're
Why not?
familiar with Italy?
Am
I don't know.
familiar with Italy?
The concept of Italy.
You're
Concept.
I mean, I
You're
played
familiar.
Mario.
Yeah,
I eat the spaghetti sometimes.
I have been to an Olive Garden in my day.
Hey, at Olive Garden, we're family. So
We're family.
very familiar
Oh,
with
man.
Italy.
exactly.
if
You're
you
always
had
talking
Bill
about
Scampi,
Italian
you're
horror,
Italian.
so
Yeah. Spec, you mentioned the Gaycation. Should we read Dustin the Gaycation post real quick before we start?
Oh, yes, please.
So this is a post on Reddit.
okay.
Actually, Gimcrack, could you read this for us?
Seeing as I the $30, I guess the show's still on. Yeah, sure. My 42 female husband, 42 male, has informed me that he intends to go on a gaycation with his brother-in-law, who is also 35, in Ibiza. How do I handle this? Hi there. I really wish that I didn't want to have to make this post, but here goes. So, me and my husband have been happily married for about 16 years, give or take. We both have stable careers, good family life, and are fairly fortunate, despite the cost of living racking the UK right now. We have 2 boys, 15 and 10, and up until this Sunday, thought we had a pretty good relationship. We argue sometimes, of course, but never gotten too bad, and we have a pretty decent sex life with some exploration, but I won't get into that. Long and short is, on Sunday, just after I dropped off our
Long and
boys
short.
and their friends. Yes, very amusing. My husband asked me if we had the house alone, and more importantly, do I have a minute? I said yes, and he sat me down and then got out this printed poster for some sort of orgy and started explaining to me the concept of a gaycation. Sorry, I have to do the air quotes when I say gaycation. It just has to happen.
It's there. I can feel it.
It's there.
Yeah.
So how it's where straight men go to go somewhere with sun, sand, and booze, and I can't be reading this correctly. Become gay for the duration of the trip, but that's fine because it doesn't actually count. Because what happens on the gaycation stays on the gaycation.
Mhm.
I was just completely silent and mortified, and even more so when he said he was looking into booking this trip to Ibiza next year with his brother-in-law, his sister's husband, to experience it for himself. When he finally let me speak, I just said, I need him to be clear with me. Is he gay? Because if yes, that's okay, but we need to figure out what happens going forward. I didn't let myself get angry or upset. I was just stunned. He swore up and down that he's not gay and he's 100% attracted to women. And of course, he still loves me and our boys. So I said, well, do you think you're bi, maybe? And he got very defensive, saying how we need to drop the accusations and that this is the beauty of the gaycation. It allows men to experience gayness without actually being gay. And it's like going to the aquarium.
Hmm.
I'm going to stop right there. This goes on for a while, but I
Yeah,
think we get the
Very
gist.
long story.
You know, I absolutely love aquariums, and I've been to plenty of aquariums, but I've never considered myself to just be a fish for a little bit and then go back to being a human when I leave.
I've really related more to frogs.
Yeah, I think you're kind of. I mean, you're there, you're not. It's all right, buddy. You go get what you need to get, but just be honest with yourself.
Well, do you want to go to the aquarium or you do want to get railed? I just need you to be honest with me here.
I think what he's saying is he wants to get railed by the fish.
Yes. Oh wait, what?
Hi, I'm Troy McClure. I'm going to insert that joke later. Hello and welcome to the Found on Shelf podcast, the podcast you scroll past in your feed that one time. And it's a show about movies. We swear you're laughing because you wrote that joke. Each episode we come to you live from the basement of a cursed video store to talk about whatever strange and forgotten film we have unearthed in a desperate bid to make our co-host quit the show. However, as we owe a lot of money to the demonic owner of this video store, he has seized control of the podcast, and now we have to watch whatever movie he selects, using his jackalope fortune-telling machine that he removed from the lobby of his store for being too much of a downer. And you know, when I say all that out loud, I get why our listener numbers are where they are.
Yeah, skyrocketing.
I am your host,
Content.
I am your host, Patrick. With me is my resilient co-host, Dustin. He's survived a lot this week, and tonight we have our special guest in the basement of the video store with us, Spec. Spec, how are you doing? It's been a couple episodes that you've been on. You doing all right?
It has been some episodes, and I noticed you keep adding things to the basement here. Is that a Dumpy the Rat, like, to-go microphone, like a drive-through microphone?
Yeah, Bitter Corella sent us to us, and we think it might be evil.
It's totally evil. Look at it. Look at it looking at you.
Frightening. You're
Yeah.
telling me I could have been calling in this whole time?
Oh yeah, that's totally an option.
I get off my butt. I walk the 3 blocks down the way,
Mhm.
and it passed down a very sketchy alley,
Yep.
Yeah.
and into the video store where everything has just a thin film of grease. Not enough that you recognize it only in hindsight.
You would not believe how difficult it is to maintain that viscosity.
Truly. It's impressive. And then I enter the murder basement where there's the freaking demon jackalope on the wall. You two chuckleheads.
And some weird shit crawling around in the attic. Yep.
I could have been in my pajamas at home.
I mean, you could have been in your pajamas here.
I'm not walking 3 blocks and down a sketchy alleyway in my pajamas.
Yeah, that's fair. You know, she has a point.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, I'm here now, so I mean, what's done's done.
I guess we should put a coin in the jackalope and see what movie we get.
Dustin has to do it. He's got all the coins now.
Yeah, the way you found him in the piss alley.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
that was when
forgot
you
about
were-
the Piss Alley coins.
Yeah, when you were here last time. I took a little bit too much of that Sigma brain, and I woke up.
No,
in
I
an
remember
alley.
the too much Sigma brain.
Yeah, and then I woke up and I found a pocket full of coins.
Oh, right. Because
They don't appear to be any currency I'm familiar with, but I mean, maybe I can use them in Italy. I don't know.
You think they're Italian coins?
They could very well be.
They're clearly Chucky the Cheese coins. I can see his face on them from here.
I'm
Why
sorry,
do
who? Who's that?
The
Chocolate
pizzeria.
cheese?
Okay.
No. Who? I don't know who that is.
Okay.
Gimcrack?
No, Chuck E. Cheese.
He's kind of like Dumpy the Rat, just a little bit more successful.
Are you impugning the world famous Big Dumper Burger?
Don't you ever say impugning to me again.
Successful Dumpy the Rat sounds like a furry community that has the little E mark on it.
All right.
When
well,
our
I'm gonna
Discord
take.
server goes public.
All right. Should we see what
Yeah, go ahead.
what the Jackalope's got in store for us today? All right.
Spectres call out from beyond the void. They seek to rise from the grave, and once more do the horizontal cha-cha.
Spectres? Is that what we had spec on?
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, never heard that one before.
Oh no.
What do we got here? What do we got?
Yeah, check it out. We'll let you do the honors.
Oh, Ghost. I've never actually seen Ghost. Like, I know of Ghost. Like, everyone's seen the pottery wheel scene, right? But I've never actually seen Ghost before. Uh-oh.
I don't know if I can do this.
So I might have lied. It's not Ghost.
What is it?
Let me hold on. I gotta remove the there was a post-it note on it.
Mm-hmm.
It says ghosts can't do it.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that horizontal cha-cha line is making a little more sense now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
Well,
I just-
all right.
It's got the same cadence as like Earth Girls Are Easy, so maybe that'll be good.
It might be as entertaining as that.
So much faith.
I don't have any faith in the
It's
jackalope.
unfounded. It's clearly unfounded. It's denial. Let's be clear. It's denial.
It really is. Denial ain't just an island in Italy?
No.
Wait, no, that's not how it goes.
No.
You know what? You got a trailer for us there, Dustin?
I do. Let's go watch this movie.
Meet Bo. Bo knows how to live. And most important of all, Bo knows how to love.
I just want you to remember all the good times.
That's every single second.
But there's one small problem.
Potney thinks he's having a heart attack.
Honey, I'm not people. I'm just a ghost.
And now, Bo knows ghosts can't do it. Starring Hollywood's Ultimate 10, Bo Derek, and two-time Oscar winner Anthony Quinn.
Ta-da! I'm back.
It's an unconventional love story that shows Bo knows amorous and Bo knows adventure. And Bo knows how to get it.
You know what he wants? He wants to possess your body.
You know, you have a nice head of hair. It'll be nice to have that again.
After you possessed him.
Bo Derek and Anthony Quinn in Ghosts Can't Do It.
Welcome back!
Now available on video cassette.
Now I
Oh,
know.
Jesus
Wow.
Christ. Oh, my God.
Now, Patrick, I
Oh,
know.
God.
I know I had pulled the wrong ad a few times, but that was the actual correct ad for this movie.
Oh, no. I get why.
So for our many younger audience listeners, yeah, right.
Jesus.
Bo Knows was the ad slogan that Bo Jackson did in the late 80s, which was about right around when this movie came out.
I actually didn't know that.
No, yeah, there was this whole...
Yeah, because I wasn't born yet.
Yes, it's sports talk. We're doing sports talk now. So it was Bo Jackson.
I know even less about that.
I was born the year this movie came out.
So
What year did
Bo
this movie
Jackson...
come out?
89.
Oh, see, it'd be a whole year before I was born.
So, and I want to say it was like 87 or so that it started up, but it was Bo Jackson was the first athlete to play with both Major League Baseball and National League Football at the same time. He played both, and that was the thing, is like there was a big ad campaign from Nike that was like, for their cross trainer shoes, it was like Bo knows football, Bo knows baseball, and then it like spread out to like Bo knows tennis, Bo knows this, and that was where they got this ad for the commercial from. It's Bo Knows.
Oh, okay. I was
Yeah,
about to say, what the hell does this have to do with this movie?
Yeah, nothing. Absolutely fucking nothing.
Well, it kind of has everything to do with this movie. Real quick, Ghost Can't Do It. A Bo Derek movie in which she plays the younger wife of a dying old man. There's a 30-year age difference between them.
I think Spec needs to pitch this, doesn't he?
Well,
we
she
have to
needs
pitch
to
that or
pitch
no?
this. She needs to pitch this. I just want to break down what the plot is real quick, and then we'll get into the pitch.
Okay.
So the plot is Bo Derek plays Katie. She's the young wife of a dying old man. He dies.
He kicks the bucket.
Then, as a ghost, he realizes he could come back to life if he just invades the body of a living person at the moment of their death, and then he could steal their body, and he could have sex with his wife again. And the plot of the movie is them trying to make that happen. Weird movie, kind of.
In theory, that's the plot of the movie.
Okay. Now, Spec, if you were going to pitch this movie to someone, how would you do that?
This movie is like Mary Sue fan fiction, but written by the horniest old dude you've ever met.
Yeah, actually, yes.
Once again, you have presented me a movie where things just happen.
Yeah. That keeps being the case.
Like, things happen and you just better accept it quick, because they will not explain things to you.
Yeah, no.
And and I would say, like, yeah, just go along for the ride, but the ride is somehow the most boring, yet, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like,
Drek?
How dare they? Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Fine, I guess.
Here's you got it wrong. Here's how.
Okay, how do you sell? Oh, I'm sorry. I meant to sell this movie.
Yes.
The most casual amount of full frontal female nudity
There you go.
you will ever find.
There you
Yeah,
go.
no, that's a good way to sell it.
There
That's
you
how
go.
you sell
Yeah,
it.
I forgot. I'm not explaining the movie. I'm selling the movie.
I think
Titties out.
you're going to use that so much this year.
Oh, it's gonna be on every episode.
I think I would pop open a beer, take a long drag out of a cigarette, look into the middle distance, and say, "So, what do you know about Bo Derek?"
And I would look at you and I would say,
Titties out.
Okay, so let's talk about why this movie is the way it is.
Huh?
Bo Derek is an actress who is primarily famous for being hot, right?
mm-hmm.
That seems to be her only asset.
Yeah, that's basically it. And
Asset.
she had some parts before this, but her breakout role is an erotic comedy from the 70s called Tin.
Fuck off, kid.
You know, probably know Tin. That's the one. Anytime you watch a movie that's making fun of like love scenes in movies, you'll see the person running in slow motion in the beach. You have the hot woman running in slow motion in the beach, and they'll
And then, like, it takes forever. Yeah.
or something. Yeah. So that's from Tin. The plot of Tin is Dudley Moore. You know Arthur from Arthur. He's I don't know if anyone here is actually remembers the movie Arthur.
Oh, yeah.
Before I say that, yeah.
The only Arthur I know is an aardvark. So
No, he's a hilarious drunk.
And
It's fine.
And we're not talking about the shitty remake with what's his face, Russell Brand.
Yeah, fuck that one. The original has Dudley Moore and Liza Minnelli. You can't go better than that.
fair enough.
He's a successful composer, and he becomes obsessed with this hot girl he saw on the way to her wedding. He sees her on the way to her wedding, and he becomes obsessed with her, and then he starts stalking her. Like you do.
As
Mhm.
one does. As
That's
is normal, apparently, for men to do.
now before I go further, I want to show you a picture of Bo Derek in 10, just so you kind of get an idea for the
Mhm.
vibe. I'm going to throw this up on the
Yeah.
group chat.
Just throw everyone off. They're gonna be like, "What the hell are you talking about?"
Yeah. Hold
I love throwing bombs in the chat and then walking away.
Yeah, so do I, dude. Just the silence is golden.
So
I
here,
love
I'm
it.
going to throw 3 pictures up. This is Bo Derek in 10.
Yes, you're when you go on your vacation, you don't want to do 3 at the same time.
Gotta love a
Yeah.
white woman in dreads.
Yeah, not at the same time.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Especially not if it's your first time.
For the benefit of the show, I'd like to note that Patrick uploaded to chat a picture of Bo Derek in cornrows and a cowboy hat.
Which was the style at the time?
I mean, that was the style of the time. I am not. Okay.
Throwing the cowboy hat.
Oh yeah, because you asked me, do you want the one with the cowboy hat
or without the cowboy hat?
hat?
All right. So
I'm looking at the pictures. Okay.
now here's the trailer.
George Weber is a successful songwriter.
Elevator music. I'm very big in elevators.
And everything is going his way. With friends who respect him. And a woman who loves him. He couldn't ask for more. But George is about to discover that even a man who has everything doesn't have everything.
She was the most beautiful girl I had ever seen.
There's nothing more exciting than a fantasy.
Marriage is a sacred commitment, designed on earth.
On a scale from 1 to 10, Blake Edwards presents a 10.
Whatever I was thinking wasn't anything special, and suddenly there she was, and I reacted.
You're becoming obsessed with a beautiful young girl.
Because on a scale from 1 to 10, George Weber is about to meet an 11.
Tonight, I spend with you.
Introducing Bo Derek.
Did you ever do it to reverse Bolero?
In Blake Edwards, 10. A fantasy fulfilled for adults who can count.
Oh
So feel a little bit of like regurgitation.
Okay, so you've unlocked some trivia in my brain. I have heard of 10.
Mm-hmm.
And if this is the person that I think this is, oh boy, oh no.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the thing. So the reason 10 is important is because after 10, she's famous. So her and her husband, John Derek, get to make a whole bunch of movies that John hasn't been able to make in the last 10 years because he's a terrible filmmaker. Now, Bo Derek and just see, let's see. I don't want to say this. John Derek, her husband, is a director, and they met while she was filming another erotic love movie in Greece.
Fantasies?
Yeah, and at the time, she was 16 years old.
Mm-hmm.
That was a little dark, didn't it?
Yeah.
So,
And how old was he?
30 years older. He's
Yeah, that's what's dark about it.
yeah, he's 46. Yeah, she's 16. He's 46, and they moved. He leaves his wife, and they move to Germany to get married, so that he can't be charged for statutory rape.
You know it's true love when you have to move the country to make sure you don't get charged with a federal crime.
So, like, she was asked in 1985, giving an interview to Letterman. She was asked about dropping out of high school, and she says, "Well, I didn't really mean to quit. What happened was, I'll tell you what happened. I went for like a month without going to school. I went to the beach, and then I got caught, so I started going back to school, and I was enjoying it. But then I went to do this film with John in Greece.
...
Yeah. ... Mhm. Yeah. So this movie about a man who's 30 years older than his wife, dying, realizing that his wife could have a life without him, and choosing to come back from the dead to continue controlling and have sex with her, is in no way applicable to this movie.
Right, and she totally wants it though. It was all her idea.
Yeah, no, it was obviously her idea, right?
Right. She
Mhm.
totally wants it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was also a lot of that movie Fantasies. Did you do you know about that?
Yeah, actually here, let's have Bo mention it in this interview to Carson.
Oh, okay.
How would you know? The idea of 10, of course, is the perfect woman, and guys have always used that kind of chauvinistic attitude and saying she's a 6 or 6.5 or 7. Where would you put yourself?
I don't.
You don't?
No.
Well, 10. I have a 10 in the audience. You do girls do that? Or women do that to men?
I think so. I don't have a lot of girlfriends.
Jesus.
And I didn't spend a lot of time in school growing up and everything with girlfriends.
Really?
A lot of them, no. But I think so.
Well, that was the wrong one. That was the one about her not having any friends because of her controlling husband who groomed her. Here, this is the one. This is the one where she mentions that, and then also talks about how he berates and controls her. So both things.
Yay.
Is this your first picture?
Well, no, I did a film when I was 17 with John, my
Right.
husband, and he made it, and I was in it. And then
What's the name of that? I don't.
and Once Upon a Time.
Yeah.
It was in Greece, and it's still right now in the labs with The Money Man Ran Away, and but it's
Hasn't been released yet.
no.
I understand that your own husband, John Derek, said he thought you were foolish to try out for 10. Did he say
Well-
something? I've read quotes. He says, some days you look ravishing and beautiful, and he says, other days you look like, and I don't know whether I should say the word. What did he say? Was that
He's very critical, and if I don't look good one day, we don't have a very good day usually. He just it really does affect
really?
our and that's why mainly because I eat too much. That I have
Jesus
those terrible
Christ.
days.
But you're so tiny.
But I eat a lot, and no, but about 10, what happened with 10 was a girl called John was always saying you've got to get it in shape. You can't call yourself an actress. I mean, if you can't have the discipline to get off 5 pounds,
Right.
how are you going to do this? So I was always eating, and he kept saying you must get in shape. And then 10 came along, and he said, well, that's good. Now somebody else will tell you. You can go in. Someone else will tell you you're not ready, and I won't be the bad one all the time.
In other words, he didn't want to. He's your worst critic. Then.
Oh my God.
And so
You
I had
waited
a
on
few
your-
days, and I lost a few pounds, and it was very fast.
And you got the part. Now you say you tend to get heavy. You can't weigh over 100 pounds.
That's 100 pounds is the heaviest I should be.
This is such a great start to our comedy show, guys.
No red flags at all.
That's totally normal, right?
Yeah. My favorite part about that is the parts where you can actually feel the audience reacting in real time to what she's saying, and then
Mhm.
Carson trying to like pivot back from the brink of disaster.
And like Carson's like trying to like keep it kind of light and airy and maybe a little funny, and she's just wholeheartedly.
Bringing the darkness.
Well, I don't think she realizes what she's saying is that awful, and like there was people were laughing, but I think it was nervous laughter. It was like ha ha ha.
Yeah, if you see the video, 1000% is nervous laughter. It's like, yeah. So that was like a 15-minute interview I cut down.
Yeah, this is I have heard of this story.
Can we not? Can we pivot back to the jokes?
Because I was watching some other movie by Bo Derek. Not watching the movie, but watching like a review about a movie. Or like a hey, look at this movie exists. And yeah, that's awful. And once you told me, it's like, oh, it is the nastiest, vilest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
So let's make a movie out of it.
Yeah, literally what they did. Yes.
And now, much like Johnny Carson, let's try to pivot. And
Well, the movie that he met her on, that Fantasies, which was also called Once Upon a Love or something like that.
Yeah, that was the original title, was Once Upon a Love, and they changed it to Fantasies when they released it.
Right. And so in Fantasies, she was 16 and her love interest was 22. And it was her adopted brother in the movie. And
Sorry,
they
that was
both
like,
they had
ugh.
like a very perverted grandfather living with them or something like that. Yeah. So
Man, I literally hate everything about that.
Yeah.
And it was also, it was written, and directed by her husband, John. Well, her future husband.
Her future husband.
Yeah, here's some other hits by John Derek. I don't know if you can tell or not, but he does seem to be kind of, I don't know, a terrible director.
Yeah.
So
if
here-
this is the only movie I have to gauge
Yeah.
of like his directorial work, man, he sucks.
These are all movies made after 10 using Bo's fame and money.
Mhm.
Love You, a pornographic love story that Bo was not in but did co-produce. Tarzan the Ape Man, a Tarzan movie starring Bo Derek that everyone thinks is awful. Fun fact:
Lots of sex in that movie too.
Lots of sex in that one too. And she was going to star in a live-action adaptation of Marvel Comics' Dazzler, the disco-themed superhero. And God, what a better world that would have been.
Oh my God, I think that's how I learned about Bo Derek.
Yes, that probably is.
Because someone was being like, did you know this was almost a thing? And it was going to star this lady? Let me tell you about this lady.
Robin Williams was going to be in it.
No!
It was. It would have been a better world.
It would have been a different world.
It would have been a different world.
Do you think we could have avoided whatever Marvel is doing now if it actually made the Dazzler?
I think if Bo Derek had made Dazzler, Ghost Can't Do It would never have been made, and Donald Trump wouldn't have been president because he didn't get to be in the movie.
God, that's right.
You
Donald Trump is
think
in
Donald
this
Trump
movie.
is president because of this movie?
I mean,
this is the catalyst.
It's a clear path from here to the White House, right? This movie is an unstoppable success. The last thing she makes before this, and this, by the way, is not only their last movie together. It's John Derek's final film. Is Ghost Can't Do It. But right before Ghost Can't Do It, they make a movie called Bolero, and it's another X-rated drama. And it sounds like you looked at this one too. Bo plays a 23-year-old virgin traveling around the world to find the perfect lover to take her virginity.
What if she's goes to Greece?
Well, she does go to Greece. Yeah, she does go to Greece. You're right. And also, the movie is called Bolero, which she references explicitly in 10. And the trailer for Ghost Can't Do It also references 10 explicitly. They're just really riding that check as long as they can.
So it really is just Mary Sue fan fiction all the way down.
Yeah, 1000%.
And she does end up finding a man in Bolero who is 20 years older than her.
Ah, there it is. I was waiting for it.
Yeah.
So, Bo plays Katie.
Okay. Sorry, I'm gonna have to compartmentalize everything I just remembered about Bo, so I can focus on just what the movie's giving me and not blame it on the person. Let's go. Okay.
So I have to say, when because I didn't really know anything about this movie, and when I saw like the opening kind of scene, I thought that was her father.
I thought he was like a mentor.
Yeah, something like that. Like not a. And then it was like,
She calls him the Great One.
Oh, great one.
I cannot tell you how much that icks me. Like,
Great One, you son of a bitch. Yeah, so she's in love with a man she calls the Great One. And I'm 90% sure that's real too. What is also real is she's a lifelong equestrian, and guess what's in this movie? Lots of fucking horses.
I was gonna say, you keep showing me movies where things happen, but there were way more horses in this movie, and so I did appreciate the more horses. Did she do anything after he died?
Yeah, she's in a lot of TV shows and stuff after he dies. And she was
in Tommy Boy.
She's in Tommy Boy. She's in a lot of shitty movies, but she's in TV shows and some comedies as well.
Okay. So she did get away.
By the way, he died in 98. He's been dead for like 30 years almost.
30 slutty years.
I gotta cut that one out. That's
sorry.
No, not to delete it. I mean to save it as a soundbite.
just play the saxophone music background. 30 slutty years. Save it for the 30th anniversary.
You think you're gonna make it to 30 years? No. If I'm doing this 30 years from now, life has really gone off the rails.
I was amazed we made it 30 episodes.
I keep trying. Ghost Can't Do It didn't end the show. I don't know what will.
Look, that just means there's hope that we're not going to die from like the planet just catching on fire. That means we've solved it.
Yeah. It's this
Okay.
movie. This is the way forward. So this movie, okay, it's bad in so many interesting ways. So it starts out with him just riding horses, and he has a heart attack on a horse, right? But the way the opening credits start with him like drawing weird drawings of them on horses and still back, and like, well, why not just open
With like
with the horse
B-roll
scene?
of them on the
Oh, yeah.
horses, because they're clearly still frames, right?
Yeah. So why not just do that? Why not just have B-roll, like you said? I mean,
Yeah, because there's no music. It's just
I have a theory. I think it was initially intended to be a Western.
and then
That gives very Western vibes to me, right? You're in where are they, like Wyoming,
Montana.
Montana? Yeah, they're in like Montana.
Lonesome Predator.
Jesus Christ. They're on the horses. She's in her like bought it at the powwow get up,
Yeah. Culturally insensitive
creation outfit.
It depends. Like, was it actually sold by an indigenous person, or did she, it's when he said I forgot what they were like, hey, just bite my lip, and I was like, excuse me, is this old man like and then she's like, oh, ha ha ha, you're so funny, and I'm like, what? This isn't everybody's normal about this?
But he says something right before he says, like, I want to bite your lip or something like that. Or, yeah, let me bite your lip. He said that he held her when she was born.
Yes.
Oh my God.
She goes,
really?
tell me the story of when I was born.
He has groomed her since birth.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
In the fiction of the movie. Let's be clear. Yeah, so once I clocked that, it's like, oh, they're a married couple.
Oh, this is even grosser.
I mean, he's still gross, and he can't deliver a line to save his life. Yeah. And then there's just the longest, weirdly cut montage of him slowly dying of heart failure. It's boring. It introduces characters that never show up again.
Yeah, it's an entirely different movie.
It is. That's why I think that like he started a movie and then like he's like, actually, I want this to be about my hot wife in exotic places. So
yes, because one thing he loves is going, look how hot my wife is. Baby, get nude in front of the cameras.
Yes, and then he and then he doesn't even die of then he doesn't even have the balls to die from heart failure.
Specifically, he takes his own life because his heart troubles means he can't have sex anymore, and he would rather die.
I have read incels who weren't this much of an incel.
Like there's a priest somewhere just going, pussy.
Oh, we'll get to the priest.
Jesus.
Are you
so
okay
he
to
shoots
Dustin?
himself in the car.
Yeah, this was a rough scene. I didn't know this was actually how the scene would have been played out.
It's not a well played scene at all. You don't want to show it, but there's ways to show it without showing it. And it's not just like these weird random shots and then like you hear like a gun just, and then later he says it's a shotgun or something like that, or because he said he took a 12
gauge. Which slight nitpick, the audio mixing in this movie drove me bonkers. I usually don't harp on things like this, but like there's just like, why is everything so quiet until the sound effects or the music hits?
Yeah,
and I'm
okay, that specifically right at the beginning when he has the heart attack on horseback, everything is quiet. It's all like this is like ASMR.
Yeah, and they're all kind of like mumble talking.
And then the cue for the heart attack is like a strumming sting, and it goes boom, but like so boom, boom. Like,
I'm sitting here being a disc jockey on my remote control. Like, volume up, volume down, volume up, volume down.
And that continues throughout the rest of the movie.
And eventually I just didn't care. I was like, well, hopefully my neighbors don't think I'm watching porn loudly on my TV.
Again.
Look,
Look,
I can't
we're
tell
all
you how many.
adults here. It's on your phone, not on your TV.
Titties out.
She has a point.
It's on your computer or your phone. One of the two.
The Gen
Not the
Xer
TV.
speaks up.
Yeah. You were the one that pointed out the Pornhub most searched thing was like, what was it? Vertical screen porn or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
That was
Sorry.
that was one of the most searched things.
Yeah.
Vertical.
Yeah.
I was watching this sketch comedy, and like this guy, like, you know, something funny happens and he starts like having a breakdown, and his friend like pulls his phone out to record, and the other friend's like, hey, and then turns the phone horizontal, and he goes, ah, you're right, okay, and keeps filming.
Yep. So back in Montana, this movie, they're well,
Well, no,
okay,
first
so this
he's
is
got to flirt with his angel.
yes.
Well,
So
well,
this
because
is
it's Julie Newmar. He gets Julie
Yes.
Newmar to be an angel for 2 scenes in this movie. And thanks for everything, Julie Newmar.
It's best casting,
Yeah. Honestly, the best actress in the whole film.
probably.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
I don't know. The White Witch was pretty good.
Oh god. It's like learning you went to the same sorority. I'm a white witch. No way.
Yeah. What does that have to do with anything? Nothing.
Means, you know, Debbie, you're a white witch. I follow the left-hand path.
Yeah.
I'm here to confirm that yes, what you're doing is real and will totally work. You can fix him.
You can fix him.
So-
Not even death could fix him.
Yeah.
Literally. All right. So first, I do want to point out that what he says about killing himself is instead of dying. Or no, I'm sorry. What he says about blowing his brains out instead of taking pills was real men
don't eat fish.
Yeah, real men don't eat quiche. I can't with that. I just can't.
Add that to another thing that men can't do. Jesus, God forbid a man do anything.
Can't enjoy a nice quiche.
Well, that is actually a book that was written in 1982 called "Real Men Don't Eat Quiche."
Oh, so it's not even original.
No, it is. But the book is like satire on masculinity.
Are you
Like it's
kidding?
a guy making fun of people trying to be all like tough and mean. Like, oh yeah, real men. So I don't know if the director writer John Dude, if he realized that it was said as a joke. I don't know if he meant
Oh,
it as a
absolutely,
joke.
he didn't
I don't
know.
It's exactly like a right winger reading an ironic post on Twitter.
It's
Yeah,
it's
they're like,
Fight
"Yeah,
Club,
that's
you
right."
know. It's Fight Club.
Oh,
You know, it's oh, this is such a like. You realize he was gay in that movie, right? No, okay, cool.
So yeah, he says he's dead. He's talking to an angel, and he tells the angel the angel says, "You're my first case," and he says, "Yeah, I was also Katie's first case."
Yikes!
Can you imagine?
Gross.
Can you imagine bragging to your
Gross.
angel about grooming this girl?
Look, the fact that he even has a chance to go to heaven is like you've given him way more grace than I would have.
It was like,
Yeah.
but even the angel in his fan fiction is like, it's a slim chance you get there, right?
Yeah.
It's like there's some like introspection on some level. Like, yeah, I don't know, dude. It's like,
That's okay. We can confirm he is going to hell when he dies the second time.
yeah, no, he's going to hell this time.
Yeah, and as he's sitting there, that's when he says the line because he's like a weird ghost, but it's like a weird fog.
Okay, can we?
with
They trapped him in a dark room with a spotlight, and it was like, all right, we're gonna film all your lines in this one day of filming.
Yeah, that's probably what they did. Instead of having ghost effects, where the ghost would just be on screen, like he could be transparent or he could be physically visible, no one else could interact with him. They could paint him white. They could do billions of things to have him on screen at very little budget. People do it all the time in the 80s. Sitcoms figure out how to do this. What this feature film does instead is put him in a black box theater.
with like a kaleidoscope over the camera lens
Yeah,
or something.
they have a water effect going over his lens, and he's like, and he's saying his lines like he's talking to other people, and he's reacting like they're talking back to him. But it shows. But in the rest of the movie, something will happen on camera, then it cuts to him in the dark room behind the water, then back to them on the camera, and we're supposed to infer this is what the afterlife looks like, because either they had no money, or more likely, John Derek is a dumbass and doesn't understand how to navigate this screen. I mean,
it's hard to direct behind the camera when you have to be in front of the camera.
Yeah. When he puts his role in front of the camera.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's as a ghost, he's telling his wife that she needs to, be strong through this. You need to stand up straight.
Titties out.
Titties out.
He shows up at his own funeral and like immediately starts talking to her, and so she's starts talking to John at his funeral, and like everybody's like, "You okay?" And she's like, "No, I'm fine." Clearly lost her mind.
She's talking to Scott, not John. It's not John.
You're
It's
right.
Scott.
You're right. Scott.
Yeah.
No question. His name is Scott, but later they call her like Kate Scott. So is Scott his last name or Scott his first name?
Oh,
is Derek?
Yeah, because he's
John's
great.
real first name?
Isn't he like Great Scott?
Right.
That's why they call him the Great One, because Great Scott. Because hold on.
And then they call her Mrs. Scott. But I mean, you could call somebody's spouse Mrs. Dustin or whatever. But
it's a very old-fashioned.
I don't know.
Okay. Katie's Bo Derek's role is credited as Katie O'Dare Scott.
Okay.
Anthony Quinn playing her older dead husband. His name is just Scott.
Is he like Madonna?
Yes.
Are they saying his name is Scott?
Scott would be way funnier.
Ooh. Hold on. You know what makes this even kind of more fucked up? Her husband, Bo Derek's husband, John Derek, when he was born, his first name was Derek.
Is it really?
His name is actually Derek Harris. And he changed it to John Derek.
Okay.
Oh, so a first name that's a last
name.
So you have Scott, and Scott's also the last name because that's even grosser. It just gets worse and worse. Why did I realize that?
Some men just have too much money.
Yeah.
Some men should just not. You know what? John Derek needs to just take his self-fulfilling cuckold films and just keep them. I wish we had little micro blogs that he could have done this with back then, so he didn't have to make films about it. Just stick to your little corner.
Okay, so
I think I might have gone a little too far with this movie. Dustin is legitimately angry at this.
I think there's just a little
titties out.
Okay, so
there's just so much of the director in this movie.
Yeah, so Scott's showing up, and the way she communicates with Scott is literally speaking out loud and looking over off camera, which is totally normal things for people to do. And then
also we hard cut from Montana to
he goes
the fucking island.
He's like, "Where were you going before I died?" And she goes, "I can't go." Oh, I will talk. She annoys me. Her character annoys me. She has
she's terribly written. It's almost like she's written by a misogynist.
You would think, and he goes, "Come on, it's your favorite place." And I'm like, "What? Like the mall? This restaurant?"
Oh, the Maldives. King of segue.
And then
there you go.
Hard cut to she's scuba diving, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I have an interesting. So the way they cut between scenes is almost like they're trying, like they're like, "Oh, we're making an ironic twist of a cut," like in a better movie, somebody's like, "You'll never get me to do this. I'll never ever," and then it cuts and they're doing the thing. Or somebody will say something and then they'll cut to somebody who's like almost replying to them, but you're in a different space. Like it wants to do that. They think
they
that's
do that
what they're
without
doing.
without any like throughput line.
Yeah.
It's just it goes from one to the other, and it's like,
Yeah,
oh,
I
okay.
I think they think that's what they're doing, but they're not doing that. They're just making things happen in sequential order.
Yeah. But by the way, can we pause? I don't think my joke got enough attention.
Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna go back.
It was actually filmed on the Maldives Islands.
Oh, it was the Maldives.
Yes. So when you said he went to the mall, or she would go to the mall, and I said more like the Maldives.
Maldives.
That was a funny line, and I think
You want me to
You know what?
pretend to laugh?
Wait. Go back and do it again, Dustin. We're gonna do
Yeah,
that.
so so I'm like I'm thinking like the mall. Nice.
Yeah, more like Maldives. Strips down, fully naked after scuba diving, and just this is where she says the movie line. She says
Yeah.
the line of the movie.
Ghosts can't do it. It's that simple.
Yeah.
Ghosts can't
They
do it.
said
It's
the
that
thing.
simple. They
Yeah.
said the thing. Shit.
Oh yeah, and while she's doing this, while she's stripping nude and like lamenting that she can't have sex with her geriatric husband, there's another guy, right? The creepy guy.
The crazy guy. Okay, so she's being watched by a man named Fausto Garibaldi. So,
hey Patrick, we got a voicemail if you want to play it. I just remembered that.
Okay, well,
do we want to play it now? Do you want to play it later? What do we want to do here? Well, I apologize about remembering the voicemail just now. It popped up. Gimcrack's been like handing me papers, like, "Can read this," and I just want him to stop. You can talk to me, Gimcrack. You're right there.
Sometimes
if you want me to read it, just tell me to fucking read it. Jesus,
I can't get a word in edgewise with these fucking. You want me to talk, and you just keep interrupting me all the time. Spec, how do you deal with this?
I mostly just set them against each other. It's really more of a social play, you know.
Well, do you want to? You wanted to? You wanted me to play this? Do you want me to play now, or do you want to go back to the?
Play the fucking message. They were on call. You left. It went to voicemail. Can you play it?
Hello, I'm Marie Lewis with People for the Ethical Acquisition of Cryptids and Odd Creatures, or PECOC for short. One of our members who listens to your little show made us aware of an odd creature that's resulted from the consumption of unhealthy amounts of supplements called Sigma Brain. As this new subspecies falls under the purview of our organization, I've called in to ensure that you continue to respect this oddity and not resort to violence in order to pacify it. If you could please reach out to PECOC, we can coordinate a safe and peaceful capture so that we may initiate research and preservation measures for this rare specimen you've referred to as Dustin.
Wait, what?
Dustin? You want to elaborate on what the fuck that was?
I don't know. That was just a voicemail that I thought they were talking about the thing in the attic ducts.
I'm just impressed you got it to play through the Dumpy the Rat.
You know, it was difficult to rig up, but I think it's worth the effect.
Yeah, I don't like the implication of that message.
So Patrick, what's your stance on capture, neuter, release?
Oh, that's an interesting question.
Titties out.
Would you look at that? It's time for an ad break.
Oh shit! All the stuff that we're supposed to be doing
I guess
1 hour into
it
the
is.
show.
I guess the rest of the movie is like happens so fast. We can take a break here.
Let's see. I think I don't need to read it this week. You did it last time. What do we got here? Okay. Do you feel lost? Directionless?
Mm-hmm.
Unsure of where to turn?
Mm-hmm.
It's in these times of hardship that we must find the truth by looking to a higher power. Our phones. With the #1 app for prayer and guidance, Prosper. Prosper is an all-in-one solution for your spiritual needs. At just the tap of a finger, you will have access to thousands of carefully curated verses for any occasion. Feeling depressed? anxious, unsure of who to hate, Prosper has the verse or verse fragment you need when you need it, with guided journeys through the Word of God to help you navigate the modern world, and worship music for any occasion, praising Him, giving Him glory, or just rejoicing in Him. We have all the hits.
All the hits.
Actually, I've been using this for a little bit, and this is my favorite song so far. You wanna, let me just see if I can get the app to play. Hold on.
I love to be a judge for Jesus. I love to be a judge for the Lord. I want to be what He wants me to be, living in the light of His word. Oh, it took the longest time to make me. He loves me just the way that I am. I love to.
I think I should point out that I can't actually hear the clips when I press play, and I have no idea how long they play for.
I
Is that
need
the
you to know
same-
that was quite possibly the most terrifying thing you've ever made me listen to on this podcast.
Wait, isn't that the same as the is that the same duck that did the blowjob audio?
Squeeze me?
Wait, what? There's the blowjob duck? This is the blowjob duck.
Does the duck
Oh
give head?
man,
This is
LimeWire.
This is
Come on.
no. I don't remember the blowjob. I remember Bill Clinton doing. You would download a song and it would be a guy with a bad Clinton person going, "I did not have sexual relations," and said like, "Dude, I just wanted to hear Weird Al. I think I'm a clone now. What the fuck?"
Yeah, there was.
That's Lynn Mackey or something. I don't know. He has a whole ministry built around that duck. It's called Gospel Duck. But back to the ad, because we still have an ad to finish, right?
Oh, right.
Yeah, right. So
One terrifying horror for the next.
yeah, sure. I mean, with Prosper, the app, you can speak directly to ministers one-on-one. Yeah.
Really?
For help, for spiritual matters, or for an additional fee with Prosper Premium. And we promise they're not just AI chatbots, real ministers. Record your prayers and send them directly to God Himself for only another small additional fee with Prosper Premium Plus. Prosper Premium Plus. Can I get a clean read on that? This is kind of a tongue twister of an ad. Or gain access to our exclusive online novelty Stanley Cups and clothes with Bible verses thrown in them for no reasoning at all for an additional fee with Prosper Premium Plus Gold Edition. The numbers 2228 Bedazzled Baseball Hat is bound to turn heads on Sundays.
Wow, that's a poll. Is that all they really like?
Oh, they also do have Ed Hardy inspired shirts made with authentic slave labor. It says here.
Shocking.
I mean, at least it's authentic.
Yeah, exactly. This app gives you authenticity. Prosper is an app designed to help you on your spiritual journey in these modern times, and definitely isn't funded by conspiracy theorists, bigots, or prominent politicians that just happen to be sexually attracted to couches. Prosper, the #1 prayer app for true believers. And Catholics too, I guess. Try today and pray for 7 days free. Yeah, dude.
Jesus Christ.
You can get them with the app. You can get them right now.
Yeah, you can with the app.
Apparently. Well, no, I can talk to a definitely not AI chatbot minister, but I can send my prayers to him directly.
Yeah, same difference.
Yes, and you could send pictures to him, and
so I
it's
think
all run on DuckDuckGo, so you can't trace it.
So my understanding was that Jim Crick, you're a demon?
I was a human, but I sold my soul to become a creature of the night in exchange for the capital to keep my video store running.
Who amongst us wouldn't? Because I didn't know why you would want to partner up with a religious app unless the religious app
was evil in some way. There's no way it's evil in some way. Listen to the disclaimer. They're definitely not funded by evil people. Definitely not.
All my questions have been answered. Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, we're good.
Sometimes you just have to do something for the evil community.
So back to this movie, speaking of evil community.
The thing about I think you're very good at it at this point.
For once, that was a good segue.
It's an amazing segue. So does Scott own this island?
Look, maybe.
Yeah, you know what? I couldn't even figure out what business he was in until like the third act.
Did you? I just thought it was business.
Yeah, I thought it was just generic business because it seemed like she was the one in charge of taking care of the pearls.
Yeah, that's just her hobby.
Yeah, because like
apparently
he
that
had
was
no
the
clue about
business.
them. But like,
And he's like, how much are they worth? She's like $1 million. Like, well, damn, they shouldn't be here. It's like, but then I couldn't play with them.
yeah, but then also he had to make sure she knew that they were worth $2 billion
With a B.
with a B. You
I
know,
missed
while
that.
she's just casually showering in an outdoor pool
Yeah.
in the
As
rain.
one-
In the
as
rain.
one does, yes.
She is wet for so much of this movie.
She is
Yeah,
like,
so was I.
good for you,
What?
Dustin.
You know, I hear it gets harder as you get older, so I'm glad to hear.
And we know he's Gen X, so you
Yeah.
know, over the hill.
No, but literally every time she's just around, John Derek's like, God damn it, throw a bucket of water on her.
Literally. I'm trying to think of a single scene where she doesn't get doused.
Titties out.
Even and especially the dancing scene.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Not only is it raining while she's dancing,
She also gets drenched by a
gets-
bucket
she
of water
gets
while she's
flash
draining.
danced. She gets
Yeah.
flash danced, right?
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
not?
It's a very shitty version of Flashdance.
Yeah.
Yes.
We could have been watching Flashdance, guys.
Yeah.
God.
And
And don't you know she's never danced with her husband because he didn't like it?
Yeah.
Of course. So right before we got to this point, there was this whole scene where like she's going off to Hong Kong to go meet with Trump and sell shit, and then doesn't sell it, and then
Scott's other business partner shows. Okay, two things. Firstly, Fausto Garibaldi shows up, and they're like, and she's like, I'd like to fuck him, and the husband's like, well, we got to kill him.
Yeah.
But no one told him that he could possess the living at the moment of death, because that should have been what Julie Newmar's character was there to say, to give you the rules of the afterlife and the story of the film. No, they just expect you to know that.
Yeah.
While he's there, his other business partner, Winston, shows up and it's like, we got to go now. They're trying to take your company from you. We got to go to Hong Kong. Also, I'm going to hit on you the whole time.
Yes. But like she's kind of into it.
She is, yeah.
Like weirdly, like receptive to it.
Almost as if she, if not has a type, has been conditioned to be
Right.
attracted to a certain type. Tread
Right.
lightly with the context of this film.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she's got to go to Hong Kong to save the company, a Hong Kong business firm, and also Donald Trump for some reason. They're not added Trump property, as far as
No.
I know. So, which is usually why Donald Trump is in a movie. Usually, he's in a movie because they're filming at a Trump property, and contractually, he puts in the contract for them to have been up to put him in the film. Bo says this part was written for him.
I mean, it kind of makes sense because it's his whole shtick of things.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm just
I just
tired
like
now.
his like it cuts to his face and I'm like, ugh.
Ooh, pan out,
He's
pan out.
pouting. He's pouting. He's doing Blue Steel.
He is doing Blue Steel. I think he responds to like something she says by going like making
Yeah.
kissy faces, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"Ugh."
She says you're too pretty to be dangerous or something, and he pouts, and he's like, "Oh, you
Are
know
we
this."
sure Donald Trump didn't just write this scene?
He might have just written this scene. I don't know.
But he did also get a Razzie Award for it.
Oh, let's go to the list of Razzie Awards. Let's see.
We're gonna say it right now. We don't really like the Razzies. We don't
Yeah,
like people
they're-
just shitting on other people for their
Well,
artistic. But in this case,
Mostly they're just mean nerds who have a burr up their ass. They're not usually lobbing any serious criticisms. But in this instance, I will go down the list because oh boy, worst picture. It wins for worst picture. It wins for worst actress. It wins for worst director, and it wins for worst supporting actor for Donald Trump. It was also nominated.
Donald Trump portraying himself.
Yes.
How bad does it have to be for you to get the shittiest actor award for playing yourself?
You'd have to be Donald Trump.
Well, you see, I live in the year 2025.
Yeah, with the benefit of perspective.
The only one I don't agree with is worst actress because, you know, that's not her fault. It's not her fault.
No, and also the additional nominations are worst screenplay, which I feel like it should have won.
Sure. Yeah.
Worst new star, Leo Damien. I believe that's Fausto. Worst supporting actress, Julie Newmar, which is just factually inaccurate.
No.
The White Witch is a way worse supporting actress.
Absolutely.
You know what, though? She fills a particular niche, which is only other female.
And also, exposition.
Yeah. Yeah.
The thing that Julie Newmar should have provided, because that's why you write that character in a script, the mechanism that character is I will give you the rules of the movie.
Right.
Yeah.
And instead, she's just gonna mug at the camera.
Yeah.
Or not the camera, but just, I mean,
Not
she's
directly
Not
at the
her
camera.
fault.
Also not her fault. No, I'm
Also
sure.
not her fault.
I am 90,000% sure that was direction.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Again, I don't blame the women. It's not their fault.
I agree with that wholeheartedly, because we do need to talk about what happens next in this fucking movie.
Are we talking about the swimming pool scene?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So the idea for the Hong Kong, they're voting her off the board, or there's a board vote or something,
Something like hostile takeover.
and she
Yeah.
has to be there the next day for it. And
Uh-huh.
Winston is over there trying to call other people to get their support. And someone shows up to a gun and ties him up so that he can't help anywhere.
Uh-huh.
And their idea for her is to drug her so that she can't make it to the meeting the next day. Now there are many ways this could have been done. I do feel like if they wanted to do this legitimately, they could have just, put something in her drink or something but that wouldn't be dramatic.
It could have been a lot more like believable, understandable, sensitive.
Yeah,
But-
sensitive is a good word. Sensitive is a word that John
But if
Derrick's
they
never heard in
did
his
that,
life.
she couldn't be naked the whole time.
She could be afraid, maybe.
So
Just slightly afraid instead of saying, just don't kill me, just rape me.
I will get to that fucking
will
line.
get to
Holy
God.
fucking shit. Sorry. No, but so she's swimming in the swimming pool and she's showering off in the locker room, and some hired thug comes in.
Some mook.
Some goon. They used Gooner and they hired this guy. That's brand synergy.
There you go. Kim Crack will be happy.
And
Kim Crack is smiling. I see it. Yeah, he likes
That's
that.
what we pay you for.
Yeah.
Wait,
yeah.
I'm sorry, we don't pay you, do we? I'm cutting this line.
So she's showering, and and they said this mook comes in, and he's got a gun, and she screams, and she
No, she doesn't. She goes, "Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there."
Yeah. The men's room is over there.
And then she's like, "Oh, I'm in trouble, aren't I?"
And he's like, "Yeah, you
And then
are."
then she runs in the pool.
The safest place you can be.
Yeah. Strip down naked, run in the pool. Why not?
You're not here to kill me, so you must be here to rape me. And he's like, "Do you want to get raped?" I think is what he said. Or I would. And then,
or do you want to be raped?
Jesus Christ.
And this is where she says this line Dustin alluded to. She says, "Okay." She says, "Yes, every day, if it meant I wouldn't get killed." Now, this is a statement that was not written by a rape victim.
Nope.
This almost sounds like a line that was written by somebody.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not gonna imply anything. I'm not gonna say anything, but
At the very least, a man who has, who would have liked Robin Thicke a lot.
God, that's a dated reference.
I am old as hell.
Yeah.
This is one of the worst lines I have ever heard in anything, and this whole scene is just insane.
Because, the whole thing is, he's like, just do what I say, don't scream, and I won't hurt you. And then she proceeds to assume, "Oh, you're going to rape me then." And he's like, and of course I'm thinking, I mean, I don't know, maybe. I don't know where this movie's going. Sure, let's have an attempted rape.
Remember, comedy show.
All I want you to do is take these pills. And I'm like, but you have a gun in your hand and you've already shot in her general direction.
Right.
And then the worst editing I've ever seen is she's like, is because, Scott's like, "I got it," because he's back, And he's like, you're gonna put them in your mouth in the corner of your cheek and you're gonna pretend to take them. And I'm like, okay, sure. He's being helpful to her from beyond the grave. Finally, a purpose of this movie. And no.
Because putting them in the corner of your mouth won't, it won't dissolve it into your bloodstream at all.
Well, like, she does that. And then instead of, like, pretending to take the pills and spitting them out or whatever, pulls them into the... Oh, this is what happens. She pulls him into the pool.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, well, it was either this or you take them as a suppository. And then it makes one hell of a jump cut.
Oh, God.
To her ass up on her bed in a bathrobe.
Yep.
That's I mean, what's so far-fetched about that?
I'm assuming it implies that he gave it to her as a suppository, right?
That is what the edit is telling me. And she seems to be on cloud 9.
No, because every time I take Sigma Brain suppositories, I wake up in that same position. I think that's just a position you wake up in.
It's your recovery position, I see.
This is the kind of insight.
Recovering from Sigma Brain.
This is the kind of insight we have you on the show for, Dustin.
Dustin, you don't need Sigma Brain to put things up your butt.
You don't?
No, honey. No.
I mean, back in high school, I just used tequila.
I mean, I prefer you be selective about what you put up your butt.
And start small. Work your way up.
All right.
Make sure, remember, a flared base is your friend.
Yes. You got to practice before you go on the gaycation. You can't just jump into an orgy. You got to take a run up to it.
Once you're at the gaycation, you must submit or be destroyed.
Oh boy. I don't really like
you too can have a great gaycation at Podfire 2. Tickets going on sale soon.
If you want to have a gaycation at Podfire, that is up to you. You can have that in your tent all you want, but it's not going to be required. It's not going to be forced upon you.
It's just something that happens. It's just going to happen. You're going to submit to it because it's just going to happen. It's just you're powerless in the face of the gaycation.
Oh, speaking of Podfire, I just got the jingle. The guy that I paid $50,000 to just emailed me the jingle.
Dustin, I am terrified as to what you have loaded up. And I just played gospel duck, so I have no standards.
I'm just here. I'm like Daryl from Glass Onion. I'm just here.
Let me go ahead and let me pop it in here and just pop it on the computer here. All right, let me put it in. All right, I haven't heard this before, and I'm sure $50,000 has got to get you a good jingle. All right, here's the jingle I got.
It's sometime in the future. The ultimate
festival. Podfire. Pod.
Podfire. You'll get caught up in it.
Okay.
That kind of sounds familiar.
Do you know how integral that commercial is to my childhood? It's in my DNA. Yeah, sure, the Podfire commercial.
Sure.
You know what, Dustin? Great jingle. 10 out of 10.
Worth $50,000. Absolutely.
I mean, it seemed a little bit amateurish to me, but I mean, you guys say it's good, so I guess it's money well spent.
I mean, I like Winter Beast, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Sweet. All right. So we got a jingle, we got a website, we got an island. This is coming together. Hell yeah. Oh, we're talking about Ghost Can't Do It, aren't we?
Yeah, we are talking about Ghost Can't Do It.
I feel like we've had a lot of distractions.
I'm just excited about Podfire.
It's kind of unhinged. It's a shame because this movie is so interesting by itself.
Sure.
So Katie,
she shows up and she wins.
Yeah, we don't see how or why.
Yeah, no, but she wins
because you don't
beat
see
the
her
pirates.
naked.
She survived
Not
the room.
important.
And then she compliments Donald Trump again, and he says, "You noticed," and he gets all flirty again, and then it cuts to.
And then I'm barfing again.
Yeah, I know it's terrible. It's like, why did we have this twice? Why wasn't it just once?
Like this is supposed to be like Trump, like in his like prime almost, and like his
oh god damn it! She says, "I read your book."
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And did she not get like flashbacks to Patton? Like, you beautiful bastard! I read your book.
It's disturbing. I don't like. You know what, guys? Yeah. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say I'm not a big fan of Trump.
Ooh, dangerous words.
Yeah.
What a controversial position.
Yeah.
On this show.
You know what?
But Winston gets a little more aggressive hitting on her, and she's like, "I want to, but I don't want to because my dead husband's still here and telling me, and he won't get out of my ear."
It's like, yeah, no, I get it. I'll let up now. And I'm like, excuse me? Cause once Scott like figures out that Winston's hitting on her, he's like, absolutely not. You can't have sex with this man. I gotta go possess the young guy. You're gonna have sex with the young guy, not the old man.
Yeah, you want some young cock. I mean, what?
I mean, basically.
Yeah. Gaycation, here we go.
You must submit or be destroyed.
You just hear Belinda Carlisle's voice go, "Gaycation, all we ever wanted."
Gaycation, submit or be destroyed.
Now that is that audio we're isolating.
It was beautiful.
And they're back at the island.
Oh,
and they
because
dance.
remember the buyers for the pearls.
Yeah, buyers for the pearls, right.
Yeah.
And so they're back on the island and they dance for the first time. And they're dancing in the rain.
Yeah.
And this is just
I like this scene.
It's so devoid of all reason. It's crazy. And he's like trying to like shoot it really creatively to show off her sexy dancing in the rain. And you have like that Tarantino foot shot and you have the flash dance shot. But the whole time, everyone's looking at her. Winston's looking at her. The mayor of the island is looking at her. And a priest is looking at her.
Fausto's there for some reason.
Fausto's just hanging out in this movie.
Yeah, he's just like always in the background somewhere.
Hey, it's me, Fausto.
Where's Fausto? There he is.
Let's go.
I'm so confused by how like all these like people just are like around her all the time.
I know.
Yeah. Well, because she's going after the Black Pearl or whatever the fuck. I don't know. I don't know. She's dancing. The Reverend is like so goddamn horny about it.
He's so horned up.
He has to grab her.
Yes.
And it's like, you have to stop your wicked ways. Yes, I could feel the devil coming inside me. I mean, definitely not the Freudian thing. Yeah, and although I will say the mayor had a funny line here, and he's like, I don't know what all that was about. It's not even Sunday.
Oh yeah, because the priest is like, she's defiling the Sabbath. It's Friday.
Sorry, that was a legitimately funny line delivery.
Yeah, it really was.
It might be the only joke in the movie.
That had to have been ad-libbed. There's no way.
Oh yeah,
that was ad-libbed.
This guy is playing like a Peter Lorre type character, the mayor.
The mayor was excellent.
The mayor's fantastic.
I think he didn't understand the quality of movie he was in.
No, which is why he did so good.
Exactly.
He's like, okay, I'm just gonna go. I want to see more mayor.
Yeah, it's weird about the dancing scene because I know it's meant to be sexy, but like
it's just deranged.
It's not like it's like for a movie ostensibly about how hot this lady is, it's like weirdly devoid of sex.
Mm-hmm. Actually, most of the scenes, even when she's naked, she's just there. Matter of factly, it's actually interesting. There's no intimacy in it. There's no like air. There's no eros.
No, like she like gets full frontal nude, and I feel nothing.
I felt something.
Titties out.
But no, it was very no, it was almost like it was almost like a guy in his 50s trying to show off his hot 20-something-year-old wife and say, yeah, look, this is what I got. not saying it was like that, but it's kind of like that, you know.
Yeah. I don't know, but it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel
It's
like if
exactly
you had
what
a hot 20-year-old wife, you would like, I don't know.
He
It's
doesn't
the
know what he's
camera.
doing.
I guess what I'm saying is like going back to how he is as a director, like the camera does not film her in a way that shows her as erotic and sexy.
Yeah, it's actually really interesting.
The
that you bring
camera
it
is
up.
actually very mid on her. Like it's like, and here
Mhm.
she is. She's a woman. She's got boobs. Ta-da! And it's like,
Yep.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what am I supposed to
There's
do?
no
with that?
like allure to it. It's just like there it is.
Yeah.
All right, that's fine. Okay.
Like it's the one time I've seen the camera not have the male gaze, and it's literally about a geriatric man trying to have sex with his 20-something-year-old wife.
It's so weird.
Yeah. Yeah. This is
What we're
I mean,
saying is John Derek is a bad director, and also
Yes.
he played a Persian in a movie in the 30s. So
He's
you
a
know,
bad director and a bad person.
So well, okay. So now we get all of a sudden. This is when Scott, whatever his name is. I'm gonna just call him Scott Squared. He whips up this concoction like, oh, you just need to kill somebody, and then that's when we find out her business is selling pearls somehow, and she starts like, and then it cuts to a scene of her playing baseball on the beach.
Right, because the buyers for the pearls.
And this is where the lady says she's a white witch.
okay. Oh, is it baseball? I don't remember.
Yeah, because there's a baseball glove, there's bases, and
Oh,
she's
you're right.
running and sliding, and
I think I was still just taken aback by the buyer's conversation before they got there. Like, yeah, she got her breast done, but everyone's got their breast done except for me and you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Did you notice that the train was named Katie?
I
And the
did
train
not.
stop. And the
was
train
named
stop
Scott.
was named Scott.
He
Yes.
has to own this island.
And he's got to.
yeah, or she does now.
Yeah, you know.
yeah.
Oh, she has the money now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but don't you know she's so in love with her dead husband?
That's true.
And
Yeah.
he's a ghost, so he's not really dead.
Oh, I was thinking about when they take over Fausto at the end. Spoilers. And did Fausto?
Frankly, I feel like Fausto got off easy.
yeah, because he did try to rape her.
Is that a pun?
Yeah, that's the
Is that a
scene that
pun?
comes after this is after White Witch, who again with the most banal of like, who you're talking to?
Oh, your
you know,
ghost?
a
Yeah.
ghost. Oh, your husband. Oh, that does happen. You know about this? I'm a white witch. Like the most.
Duh.
Here's some plot. Don't worry about it.
Right.
Mhm.
Doesn't matter at all.
Yeah, we're not going to explain anything about that. Just yeah.
Oh. And she's like, well,
Okay.
you know, you can only possess a body at the moment of a living person's death. And she's like, yeah, that's right. As if she
Mhm.
knew the whole time.
Right.
I've been talking with Julie Newmar off screen.
Yes. We decided this is what happens.
And so Scott decides, oh, it's so easy. Just kill him with rat poison. And he thinks that's the freaking funniest thing in the world is to kill somebody with rat poison.
Yeah. Now, correct me if I'm wrong here, but if you kill somebody with rat poison and then you take over their body at the moment of death, won't you still die of rat poison?
Well, that's true about most causes of death. So
Right. Usually at the point of death, you die. Right?
yeah.
Do I have
More
that right?
profound statements from Found on Shelf. At the point of death, you die.
You know, we're not exactly Jack Handy, but we're trying.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going on a limb here saying maybe that's what happens. But she still decides to go with the rat poison. And then she's like, there's this weird scene where she's like daydreaming about killing him.
Yeah, she's trying to visualize it because she's like, Scott, go away. Oh yeah, this is a thing that like really bothered me. Twice in this movie, she tells Scott to shut up, right? And he gets hella offended. Like,
Mhm.
how dare you? But at the beginning of
Well, you
the
know,
movie,
you don't tell a man to shut up.
but at the beginning of the movie, when they're like first kind of figuring out like communication, he tells her to shut up. Says, would you
Well,
just shut up? And it's like, hold on, what in the double standard is this? And then I remember,
Yeah.
A woman never tells a man to shut up, but a man can tell a woman to shut up.
That's the Sigma brain talking.
I think John Derek took too much Sigma brain. This is what
I think they extracted Sigma brain from him.
Yes, it is from his rectal cavities.
Yeah.
So she's got this. Oh, look, the little goldfish thingy that's kind of floating is pretty
It's like-
awesome. I kind of
it's
want
like-
one of those.
It's like a pendant light, but it's a goldfish with a pearl in there.
Friggin' cool. And then while she's daydreaming, Fausto comes in to like steal the black pearl.
Oh no, he's
and
literally
there's-
coming in there to like rape her. He tells the mayor of the island, and he's like, "Oh, you're very cheeky, sir. Go for it." And then he goes and he's like staring at her while she's trying to envision this, and he's like, "Hi." And she's like, "Oh God." And then he's like, "Well, I'm gonna rape you now." And she's like, "What?"
Yeah. Oh, don't do that.
"Oh, please don't do that." Grabs a gun. Well, I don't say she grabs a gun.
She appears with a gun.
The frame cuts and she's holding a gun. Now, viewers at home, what kind of gun would a 20-somethings woman in the Maldives have on her?
Spear gun?
I would assume it's spear gun. Maybe just like a little pistol, something.
Maybe she's fancy and has like a rifle. Her husband got
Could
himself
be.
with a
Could
shotgun.
be.
Maybe she has the shotgun.
Could
Nope.
be. Yeah. Oh,
She
yeah.
has a minigun? Or
Yeah,
some
like a
sort
little-
of like
some sort of submachine gun of some
Yeah.
sort.
something that looks like it was taken as spoils of war.
Yes.
Something from Doom. She's just got, and she's ready. The
Doom Slayer appears.
Something that looks like it recoils very bad. And I'm just
No, it would have been funny if she shot him to kill him, and also the recoil launched her through the
oh my
wall.
god, that would have been a better movie.
I know. See, it's not that hard to make this movie better. You just need to get rid of everything.
The thing is, you
Those are
just
your
need
three
to
things.
make it a movie. You need to have like an actual story.
So if you were making this movie, and this is going to come up in the end, but if you were making this movie, a traditional story, I interrupted you. You go ahead.
No, you're good. I was just gonna say I'm really pissed off with her because there's a man in front of her who has said, "I am going to rape you now,"
Mm-hmm.
and I don't care what you feel about that. She has a gun pointed on him, and she doesn't shoot him. And it's not a like, oh, the gun's too complicated. It's not. I'm too scared that I can't pull. It's like the thought of killing another man. She can't do it. He literally, like, they go through this whole thing of her like, I'm gonna shoot you. I'm really gonna do it. And then he just reaches out, grabs the gun, and she just lets go of the gun.
She's like, okay, well, I
was
guess
it.
I'm
Like,
not going to do
okay,
this now.
I guess. Oh, that's so disappointing. And I'm like screaming my head off.
You're like, shoot the fucker. She's just
Right?
like,
She has no spine. A spine made of jello. Which is probably what her husband likes about her.
yes, full bush, no spine.
What were you saying, Patrick?
I'll save it to the end because it is basically just a change to the movie. But I will say that there were several points that I just screamed at this movie, and I screamed so much at the swimming pool line. Becca did come and see what the fuck is going on.
You like leave. You don't want to see this. Trust me. So yeah, he ends up getting arrested by the mayor. The mayor ends up like freeing him and going out. And she takes a seaplane to go see him, and then she dives to go see him, and he's tangled up in the nets.
Oh, right. Because what happens is the big all is lost moment is she told Scott to shut up again.
Yes,
he went away.
He was like, I will not stand by this. This is I have been wronged. I am a victim in this situation. I am the victim in this situation. And
I almost had to watch my wife get assaulted by another man, and she had the audacity to tell me to shut up.
I was
Yeah.
screaming at her while she was in a delicate situation in which her, life was in danger, and she told me to shut up, and I'm the victim in this situation.
Yes. You don't tell a man to shut up.
Dustin, I know you're joking, but I will reach through this microphone
You're right next
and
to
hurt you.
Hold on, let me just take some more. I'm gonna take some more thing right here. Okay. All right. Sorry.
How many pills do you have left? We've got to get you off of that.
Surely they didn't give you that much free product.
I don't even. I've got John Derek's corpse over here somewhere that I'm just like sucking on his
Just got a
like
crazy
femurs.
straw stuck in there.
Wow. Little John Derek bone marrow stew never hurt nobody.
So the mayor says that line again, and like when she's like he tried to rape me. He's like, "Oh, you've been a bad boy."
Yeah.
What the fuck, guys?
Yep.
Holy shit!
Right, because it was just a cheeky action. It was just a little. He was just being a little cheeky. Little sassy.
Just move to Germany and they won't prosecute you.
Yeah, Germany, Greece, Maldives, wherever you want it. It's not the United States. You'll be fine.
And so now she's just epileptic. She's just her husband's gone, just gone.
Yeah,
and she just can't find the will to live on anymore as a hot 20-something-year-old rich woman.
Which rich woman with a nice body living on the beach with people
doesn't have to worry.
Yeah,
It doesn't
just,
have a care in the world. But her husband, who is already dead, has left her.
Yep. So she decides to hunt down Fausto again. She takes a seaplane. She goes down, and he's apparently in her.
Wait,
pearl pit.
Well, that is true, but I do want to say that the White Witch gives her a pep talk to do it.
Is the pearl pit like slang for something?
I'll explain it later, Dustin.
Okay.
But he's caught up in the nets and he's drowned.
Oh yeah. The White Witch, be safe. Is that what she tells him?
Yeah.
And then she boats back because apparently they're wherever they're doing this deal for the pearls, which has a uncredited child, young female child, holding up some pearls, walking up to an old man. I don't want to think about that too far. And so she flies there to find Fausto in the prison to kill him. He's not there. So now we gotta fly back. Just this whole scene is unnecessary.
Yeah.
And,
but he's trying to steal pearls and he's got caught in the net and he's drowned.
Yes.
Yep.
So he's already dead. So husband can't inhabit his body.
Right.
But
Even
don't
though
worry.
He could have paid it. I mean, the husband could have followed him the whole time and then realized when he died, he could have boop and popped into his body, broke the net, and gone up.
Oh, but Dustin, that makes too much sense.
Oh, this is true.
He would have to stop obsessing over his wife for even a second.
And who would do that?
Yeah. So then she brings Fausto back up
with CPR.
Yep.
Brings him back to life, but now he's alive, and he possesses him. But I thought he wasn't able to possess him until he was dead. But now he's alive.
It makes perfect sense.
What?
Yeah, no worries. All you need to know is that it is confirmed that by possessing this body, he is going to hell.
And he can go fuck her in a barn.
And boy, do they fuck in that barn.
Oh yeah.
But I really hate to keep harping on this, but she crawls away from him in the barn and says, "No, I can't anymore. It'll kill me." And then he's like, "Well, too bad." He also is not wearing pants in the scene.
We have got to do a better job of screening these movies.
And also, it's Fausto's actor that has been dubbed.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the creepiest thing ever.
Yeah.
Hearing old man voice.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not saying anything I don't mean this derogatorily, but as you age, your voice does change.
And hearing an older person's voice out of that body was like, oh.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
it was the style at the time.
Which was the style at the time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go in the barn and have sex with my wife, and I'm gonna slide down some hay bales,
Ass up.
ass up in
You
the
know,
hay bales.
I do think it was unfair that there was no male full frontal nudity. I feel like
Yeah, no one's
I
hanging
feel like
down.
that's not equality.
I could have gone with seeing Fausto. That would have been.
I mean,
I'm curious.
look, I mean, they did make a point that he probably's packing, but like, come on.
Would have been
Yeah,
nice.
but John Derek doesn't want to go that far. Like he wants someone to he wants to watch someone bang his wife, but he doesn't want to actually see their stuff. You know what I mean?
But yeah, he wants people to want to bang his wife, but he doesn't actually
Yes.
want people to actually
Bang his wife.
Yeah.
Right. That's why he's just he's not a real cuck.
No.
No. And that's Ghosts Can't Do It, the last film of John Derek.
May he rest in piss.
Yes.
Amen.
Rest in piss, indeed. Yeah, he was. He seemed like a real piece of shit. I'm going to be honest with you guys.
Yeah. From it, and everything I see, from his life story to Bo Derek's interviews to this fucking movie, it's like, what if I write the crimes on the page?
Yeah, he's just real garbage human, from what I could tell. I don't know. I'm just
And worst of all, this movie sucked.
And worst of all, this movie sucked.
It was weirdly boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was deranged and makes no sense, but still completely unwatchable because of how boring it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Bo Derek's she's got a great body, and she's fully nude, and I'm still bored.
Yep.
I'm just like, oh, this is.
She is drenched and
The
wet.
entire movie.
The entire movie.
I wanted to cover her up sometimes. I'm like, oh, come here. You need a hug. I don't know. You just
you poor baby bird here.
Yeah, no, just you need to get away from your situation right now. You do, trust me. You may not think you do right now, but you need to. Yeah.
Just let him go. Let him die, please.
Yeah.
Move on.
Yes, son of a bitch. Great one. Yeah, great one. She's writing Great Scott on the Rocks. Ugh, it's just fucking gross.
Oh, she was. That's true.
This movie's gross.
It is. So
if you want to tell us how gross this movie is, call us at 252-564-8666.
If you want to tell us how gross we are, also that number.
252-564-8666.
Good job. Good plug.
Yeah. GameCrackVideo.com. Huh?
And apparently Podfire.
Podfire. Podfyre. Podfire.
There is just a lot going on.
Yeah, I looked at,
Maybe this engagement will work if, y'all actually had some listeners.
I think I'm gonna have to. Charge. So I don't have any money left. Patrick. Sorry, I know you were counting how much. I don't have any money left. I spent it all on carnival rides and an island.
Did you at least set aside some money to pay the people working your festival?
Well, no. No.
You know what? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Do you think the locals will just be happy just to have something happening?
I think they will.
Worry about it?
I think they will.
Yeah.
Apparently
there's no precedent for that.
So
no. There's no locals on this island. This island is uninhabited. It's fine.
Oh.
Have you ever heard of Poveglia Island? It's Poveglia Poveglia. It's this 17-acre island in Italy. It's fine. It was a steal really for what I got it for. But so we're gonna go out there. There's no locals there, so I don't have to worry about that. Patrick, I might need to get some bottled water on the island. If you know somebody, you know what I mean. Let me know.
Patrick, have you looked this up?
No.
Okay.
Would you like me to read you the little excerpt at the top of the search?
Yeah, it just says an island purchased by the founder.
All right, so it's Poveglia, small island located between Venice and Lido in the Venetian Lagoon.
Okay.
For more than 100 years, beginning in 1776, used as a
Nice.
quarantine station for those suffering the plague and other diseases, and later as a mental hospital, closed in 1968.
Don't talk about. It's fine. Yeah, I got it. It's a great deal. There's
I
buildings
hope
on
you're
the island.
stocked up on N95s.
There's buildings. You see, the beauty of it is there's buildings on the island already, so we don't
I'm
need to
pretty
like
sure
build.
that's the closed mental hospital.
It's okay.
In a way, I brought you here to offer you a job. You think you can do it better, so here's your chance.
If you had three and only three things you can change about this movie and not anyone's life, is about this actual movie to make it better, what would they be?
My first thought would be, don't get actual Donald Trump. I would have much preferred a Donald Trump impersonator. Or better yet, remove that entire subplot. But if we have to keep the subplot, the credits literally say, and yes, that was the actual Donald Trump, as if they're so proud of themselves.
Oh, look who we got.
Give me a Donald Trump impersonator. They're a dime a dozen. Even more so now.
All they do is they'll do the white power thing with their fingertips, and they go, "Okay,
That's all right. I just said it. Thanks to inflation, it's only a dime for 6 instead of a dime a dozen. It wasn't really worth talking about again, but I did it anyway because I'm a glutton for punishment.
You can hire people to help you with that.
At the gaycation.
At the
the
gaycation, you
yes.
must submit or be destroyed.
You know what? I wonder if we could make part of the island a gaycation haven of sorts.
Yeah, let's have a gay orgy at the quarantine island.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking the bell tower is kind of nice.
I feel like I've seen Republican laws that start this way. What other things?
All right. Katie needs a spine.
Yeah.
Like she needs to make like an actual decision for herself.
Okay.
That has nothing to do with her dead husband. Like literally, it could be anything. It could be I wore this outfit because I liked it instead of I wore this outfit because Scott loved it or whatever. But like,
I wore this black outfit because I'm in mourning. John comes back. I thought you said you wouldn't wear black. Yes, John, I'll wear something else. Actual thing that happened in the movie.
I need her to make a decision that is solely based on her internal wants, needs, feelings, desires, and maybe kind of shoot Fausto. I had a third thing and it's just lost out the window.
So what I'll say is, I think if a sane person had tried to make this movie.
Oh, I remember my third thing, but go ahead.
Okay. You can say it real quick.
My third thing is I do actually think the best ending for this movie is just that they don't revive Fausto.
Yes.
And Scott just dies.
Yeah, that's what would happen in a sane version of this movie. Through the course of the film, Katie would realize that she has to move on and let her dead husband go and live her own life, because that's the arc. That's the arc, right? I'm dependent upon my husband. He is dead. He was my world. What do I do now? I have to be my own person. And that's the movie is a journey of self-discovery. And the ghost, either he's real or metaphorical, but he goes away at the end of the movie. If he's real, maybe he understands that he has to go too, and it's time for him to move on and let her live her life.
Yeah.
But he can't do that because this movie isn't about anything. It's about possession. It's about John Derek being possessive. So he can't see where the movie would be.
Yeah, he can't imagine her living a world without him.
Yeah.
And in fact, this movie is not about Katie at all. She is not the main character.
No.
Scott's the main character. He's just trapped in a black box. He's just trapped in a black box theater.
Yep, the whole way.
I was trying to think of three things myself, and I was looking at the Wikipedia page. Have you guys seen the Wikipedia page? I think somebody might have edited it to make it their own fanfic at this point.
I was explicitly told not to look this movie up.
Okay. So here's I mean, some of the stuff matches up for what it's supposed to be, but then I see some lines that like, all right. Scott encourages her to have sex with each potential victim so that both of them will know if the body is compatible sexually. Eventually, the two settle on a young, handsome, petty criminal named Fausto. Katie has sex multiple times with Fausto while steeling herself to murder him. But the more intimate they become, the more difficult Katie finds the idea of killing him. Scott grows impatient that she keeps putting off the murder and questions if she has fallen in love with Fausto. However, while on a snorkeling trip with Katie, Fausto is caught in a fishing net underwater and accidentally drowns. Wait, what?
This is literally on the Wikipedia page. That is a different movie. That is a better movie.
Did somebody write a fanfic and then just put it on the Wikipedia, knowing that nobody really has watched it?
Can we flag it with like needs citation? Absolutely not the movie.
No, you leave it there and you let people think this is what happens because it's much better than what actually happens. Let people live their dreams and think that she's having sex a lot.
Because they're going to read this and think, actually, I might actually want to watch this movie, and then they'll learn that that's.
Yeah, it is not at all what is happening in this movie. Like, Scott comes up with a plan for Katie to commit murder so that Scott can possess her victim's body. This is like some fanfic shit.
Yeah.
This is
it absolutely
bizarre.
is.
But so I have 3 things to fix the movie. All right.
Okay.
All right. Get rid of the mayor.
Okay. Why? He's great.
Well, he's great. He's perfect.
Add a lot more Donald Trump scenes and remove all the nudity. Now, there's absolutely no reason to watch this movie, and you could just throw it away.
Oh, there it is.
You fixed it. Yeah, nope. You're good. You've actually fixed it. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, the only reason to watch this movie is Bo Derek naked and the mayor.
The novelty of seeing Donald Trump, right?
There's no novelty there.
I mean, maybe in the future.
Fuck off, kid.
I think we've done this. We're almost we're about the 2-hour mark here.
Yeah. So
that's my fault. I make it a 2-hour. I make it a 2-hour recording session.
You know what?
There certainly is a lot to talk about with this fucking thing. Jesus Christ! Oh my god,
this was a lot. Yeah, it was funny. Patrick was like, "I've got like five pages of notes on this movie, and none of it is actually about this movie."
Oh shit!
That sure was a movie.
Yeah, if you like movies about groomers.
Nope.
Try again. Hold on.
Try again.
You could watch Hard Candy. Come on.
Oh, there you go. Doesn't that have a young Elliot Page?
It does.
Yeah.
It's fucked up. It's good.
Yeah. If you want movies about groomers, don't forget about our sponsor, Prosper.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about Gooner. What was that one we had? What was the one we had a couple weeks ago?
Gooners was last week, yeah.
Gooners was last time, yeah.
The Goon app. We are the Found on Shelf podcast. If you sat through the 2 hours of this and thought, hey, that was pretty funny, get medicated. But also, we do this every other week on New Video Tuesday. Please join us on the podcatcher of your choice, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Overcast, whatever you listen to. We're on there. Follow us on social media at Found on the Shelf Pod, all one word, on bluesky.com. That's right, Blue Sky, the only social media site that does not fall into the Nazis. Blue Sky and Blue Sky only. Follow us there.
Yeah. We're on Skyspace too.
We're on Skyspace?
I think that's what it's called.
Skyspace. Oh, that's the MySpace one?
Yeah, the guy did a MySpace kind of a ripoff of Blue Sky. So it like makes your Blue Sky profile look like MySpace.
Who's in our top 8?
You know what? I think you are, Patrick.
Nice.
You are.
Patrick 8 times.
Yeah. Well, you can always mention your name on Blue Sky if you want.
Oh yeah, you can follow me at Blue Sky at Schlocktacular on Blue Sky.
Oh, there it is. Oh, face reveal.
It's Kim Crack's face.
Wait, why do you have my face as your profile? We have to
No
talk
worries.
about this. It's an identity thing. No.
Do you have anything else? Do we need to plug?
Podfire.com, podfyre.com, foundonshelfpod.com, gimcrackvideo.com. Call our hotline, 2525-648666.
We have a rich world. It's just waiting for people to find it.
Yeah, I think tickets for Podfire are going to be a little pricey.
We should cut the music here. That's good.
I did a little bit of math. It's not good.
Spec T, you have anything you want to promote?
I don't do things.
Yeah.
I have a loathe for social media, which means I don't know why you keep having me back on this podcast. I have
funny.
a Tumblr, but you will.
Unfortunately, you're very funny.
Oh, thank you. I don't think I am.
Unfortunately, you're very funny.
I have a Tumblr, but you'll never find it. So,
Do you know why we keep you on this show?
Titties out.
No, that's what you bring my wife on for.
Yeah.
That is true.
That's true. You got a point. You got a point.
Be a duck for Jesus, 'cause Jesus is my friend. I used to want to be an eagle and fly way up in the sky. I used to look at my web feet and hang my head and cry. Boo-hoo, I'm so ugly.
Did I kill the show? Are we good?
Dude, I'm telling you right now, real quick, just real quick. Go to YouTube and look up.
You can find it.
Look up Donald Duck blowjob.
I'm not putting that in my search history.
Type in gospel duck and you'll see the video I stole that from.
No, you're good. It just made me realize I unironically bought a Precious Moments figurine from the secondhand store the other day.
Strange, the march of time.
It's cute. It's a clown.
Of course.
Oh,
I do know what that is. Holy shit.
I do know that. Oh, God.
That has taken up so little space in my brain, but it is stuck in there somewhere.
I have no clue what that was really from.
It's gotta be for a radio show, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Like half of those bits are.
Yeah, that was just one of those random things I found on like BearShare, LimeWire back in the day that I had no clue where it actually